children and your nieces and nephews. Before you answer that, ladies, we have a call on the line. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Go ahead.
Hello.
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Good afternoon. Yes, I found the program very interesting. About the lady, what she said about the pictures that she has made about our cultures and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I think mostly what the problem we're having today is that, okay, for example, when I come to a place, your kids won't be using our local language. They will be using other foreign language like English, the way I'm using it. So it starts from you to change that perspective and let them understand.
Oh, thank you for your message, for calling in and just contributing. I think he's got a point there. It starts from all of us. Your project, your area of concentration, Chola, it starts from all of us. You saw that your children were unable to say some of these words. So you said, no, this is not right. And imagine how many other children out there are not able to do this. Let me get on board and start working on this. Yes.
It's children and adults.
And adults, of course, and adults.
There's lots of other words I don't know that I'm still learning.
Me too. I was very, very, surprised to learn some of the words. And I was trying to tell my children to say banana in conde, and he was laughing at me. You should say it like that.
So the problem also is when you speak to your kids, sometimes it's only when you're really angry that you go into your local language.
Yes.
So they associate the language with being funny or when an anger. So
there's no seriousness attached.
Yeah,
to it.
there's no seriousness. I mean, sometimes I still work with my children. Sometimes I say this weekend I will only speak to you in Bemba, and you won't get any chocolate on Sunday if you speak to me in English.
Yeah.
So I can even hear them. They're age 6 and 4. So they're like, but how do you say this in Bemba? Then they'll come. But it's still a lot of work. But it's amazing how our parents did it.
Yes.
And my mother only spoke to me in Bemba. Even now, when I speak to her, I have to think, okay, Bemba English, unless there's no. But my father only spoke to me in English. But he's in Senga. And now I feel cut out. Because when I go to Peta, okay, I can't communicate. And I just feel, so I'm also doing the cards in Nyanja, which I believe is the closest to Nsenga.
Yeah.
But I will learn it. I'm determined to learn it.
Okay, very nice. So yes, I was saying that in terms of knowing our identity as women, can you only be, like she's saying she wants to be a lawyer. It's not a bad thing to want to, strive to be something in life, but what about the other women in the rural areas who are not able to have the education that you women have, to have the opportunities that you've had, but they want to serve their communities? How else can they get involved? Chola.
I think women that are empowered can go and inform those women.
You women, yeah.
Yes. But I think it's also just finding your strength. Because women, sometimes we come from outside and we go into the village and we say you're poor and you're not empowered.
Exactly.
But they don't think they're poor. And you go into some of these areas and the women, the people that make the big decisions are the women. The chiefs consult women. The women have high influence, even when it comes to girls reaching puberty or whatever.
Yeah.
It's the women that educate
Hold that
them.
thought. We have a call. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am. How are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
Good, thank you. Go ahead.
Yes, I would want to contribute. Hello?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead. We can hear you.
I think when it comes to identity, that's something very important. We first have to know who we are. Then we can, make some social change. Identity is very important in the sense that we cannot do anything minus knowing who we are. And it has to start with us personally. You discover yourself, you discover where you fit in, then there'll be some change. I think that's very important. We all need to discover who we are and then know where we fit and contribute to the nation at large. Thank you so very much.
Thank you very much for your contribution. Identity is a very important aspect of just being able to be part of social change in any environment. You were talking about women in rural areas.
I guess just even adding on to what she's saying, it's identity where. Also, just knowing your place. If you're at a family gathering, there's all hierarchies. They're invisible.
Yes, they're invisible, but they're
know
there.
your place, and if you can influence that group, good. But if you're in the office and you're a cleaner, but back home you're the eldest in the family, it's identity where and how you use your energy, or or how empowered you are, or your level of influence.
Yes.
So it's having identity, but also knowing when to act according to expectations.
Okay, Carol.
There's something I read somewhere recently that do something small that's going to create a big impact. You don't have to do something big that's going to create little impact.
I mean, if you can, go ahead.
If you can, go ahead.
Start.
Yeah, but small actions also make huge impact. We have to be agents of change in whichever way we can, in whichever community we find ourselves in. Obviously, depending on your talents as an individual, that's where your identity comes in again. You have to know yourself. Where are your talents? Where do you have your strengths? Where are your weaknesses? Such that you find that maybe you're trying to push so hard in the wrong place. You try somewhere else and you make a huge impact. Just in the home, starting from your home, you have to be able to teach the children in the home before you can go out there and teach other children. So it's really in whichever community you are, you just have to find a way of making a difference. In your church, if you're able to sing to get a message across, by all means use that talent. So it's use the talents you have in whichever areas that you are, and you make a difference.
All right. Tabo.
Well, we as youths, especially girls, we mostly spend our time on phones, social media, instead of listening to our parents, what they're telling us. Our mothers have got something to tell us. Like, they want to tell us things, maybe like where we are from, stories. We don't give our mothers that chance. Our grandmothers, we don't give them that chance. We always brush them off. Oh, mom. Yeah.
Mom talks too much.
Yes. So, but we have to, like, at least, even just for a day, we put our phone down and listen to mom. There are very interesting stories that they tell us, We need to know our identity if we want to become good professionals, good parents, good mothers. Yes.
All right. But I would love to, I'd love to disagree with you on the issue of social media. I think also how you use it.
Yes.
It depends on what kind of a person you are and how you're using it. It's not a bad thing to be on social media, but what are you using it for? All right. Before we continue with our social media discussion, we have another call. Let's get this call. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm okay, and how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Go ahead with your contribution.
Mwapunzira vitundu vosiyana mwapuleni mkwai.
Mkwai nga imwe.
Muli bwanje muli kawoto.
Tiri bwino tiri kawoto.
Tankarabu.
Tankarabu shebotsi.
Bakazipunzira vitundu vose. Noma belichifunisira so. So muli shani mwapuleni mkwai.
Oh. Thank you for calling. I hope you can call us back for your contribution. The issue of social media, like for example, Chola, she's using social media to put out messages that are helping people. Caroline has a Facebook page called Assertive Girls Zambia, which is she's posting what she's doing and talking about these things and posting topics, and people contribute. So it's not necessarily bad. It's being on social media as young people, but it's how you use it. And we're now in a digital world, and we need to embrace technology, but use it in a way that will help bring about social change in our society. A lot of people go on social media and use it for business and advertising and whatnot. People use it to find friends and just create groups, and they're able to enrich themselves with discussions. So how can we as women use that tool to bring about social change? Again, before you answer, let's take this call. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, you?
I'm good, thank you. Who are we speaking to?
You are speaking to Kabone Bugadia.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, I want to talk about the image. Because most of our ladies today have been westernized. They are looking for Western clothes rather than the clothes that we have in Zambia. And that has impacted bad on our society. That's where mostly rape cases are so rampant in our society because of that. And to our ladies there, social media is a good platform, but how you use it, that makes it bad. Like, for example, hello?
Hello. Oh, that was very good contribution there. I'd like to also argue with him. Chola's wearing totally African, Zambian outfit. But yes, I mean, you have a point. Identity also comes with the issue of how you dress, because when you know yourself, you dress according to the kind of person that you are. You know, if you're a Christian, you dress, you know, in very great clothing that is be able to hide whatever, but you'll be able to dress in a respectful way. If you're a traditional person, you'll be able to portray that traditional kind of person. So I like what you're doing, Carol, in terms of what do you say?
Dress the way
you want to be addressed. Because if you dress in a mini and bum shorts and whatnot, people will address you in that manner, which is disrespectful. So then you're asking for it. But as we wind up, really, how can we use social media as a tool that can be able to bring about social change as women, and not just abuse it for unnecessary, you know, purposes? Chola.
I think social media is a very powerful platform. Whether, I know, like he said, it can be abused. But if you have a message or something you're passionate about, I've got some of my consultancies just from stuff that I posted. So I think it's a very powerful tool for us women as well to communicate what we're thinking. As we said, we're coming from a position where we were supposed to be seen and not heard, but we now have this platform where we can be heard a lot more. It doesn't matter what they see. You can post a picture of somebody else who's not you and use it as your profile picture. That's your story. But I think it's a very powerful tool, even to use as a mentorship tool as well to young people. So I think social media is very powerful, whether it's Facebook or WhatsApp. You can create groups where you can, for us women, you can mentor up to 10 or 20 girls or whatever.
Online.
On WhatsApp, on their phones. So they spend so much time on their phones. So you might as well use it to, yes, you can.
What, before you answer, Tabo, quickly, what situation in society would you want to change as a woman, or something that affects women that you think this is unfair? I don't want this to happen anymore. I want to change this.
I think it's the way cultural practices are passed on. We've really commercialized, when someone's getting married, really commercialized what kind of teachings we're passing on, and the focus also has shifted to a lot more sexual things instead of respect, humility, and
love,
relationships. There's 95% things that they're cutting out. So the reason why I'm starting to write is because when I sit with these women who are the Alangizis or traditional teachers, they tell me so much more than just the angle that the people are hiring.
You see at kitchen parties.
Yes, at kitchen parties and all these overnight things. You see a lot more things. They're thinking, okay, can we get to financial issues? Can we talk about health?
Before time wraps up on us, Tabo, quickly, social media and what is it that you'd love to see in society change? What would you want to work on as a woman?
I would like to work on the stereotype.
Okay.
Yes, because most women are diminished. Like they don't want, they can't come up. Like
because of what people think about them.
Yes. Okay. They think, no, this person will say this about me, but they can also grow. You know, they can speak out, and you know, we'll now be watching them on TV. You know, speaking to us.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. Quickly, Caroline.
Before I even say anything, I'd like to ask the viewers to please like the Assertive Girl Zambia on Facebook. The Assertive Girl Zambia. By liking us, you're showing your support. You can contribute and, you know,
be part of the
progress that we're trying to make as an organization. So I'm using social media to get us out there, to get us known, and as we grow, what would we like to change? The perspective that girls have about themselves.
Okay.
Would love to have a Zambia with more assertive girls who know what they're about, who know that there's so much more that they can do than they're limiting themselves to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, ladies, for coming through to Press Club Live. That topic of the issues at kitchen parties is a great topic for another day. We'll definitely have that one so that we can really try and see how we can all be cultural but balance it with modernity. Thank you so much, ladies, once again for coming through.
Thank you for having me.
Well, this is where we wrap up the show. Thank you so much to our callers and those who managed to contribute on the program. My name is Chilufia Mwelwa. On behalf of these beautiful ladies and the entire production team, we'll see you next week, Wednesday, same time, same channel. Bye-bye.